All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Space Brothers, episode 73. Okay, you got a presentation for us, Muta?
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Good stuff. But, like, you're not going to say that, like, oh, it's going to be a flying buggy or anything like that, right? So, what did you get from your old work contacts?
Yeah, what did you get?
Yeah.
What did you get? Because we cooked up as many ideas as we could in the last discussion, but...
And you can't just add a bunch more weight because shit's expensive.
And if you say basically that, we just added like a tiny little thing here and that solved all of it, you're going to really have to sell that to me.
Like, the thing that makes the most sense for
anything.
me here is just you change the software. But given that that hasn't been done already in the show, I think that's the... Nope, that is not a possibility.
That's not the issue.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm ready to be surprised.
Yeah.
So, yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. We'll just make it heavier. Wow, what an idea. And he's like, wait a minute. How? Oh my gosh.
Are they actually going to have it be that? Like... Sir, do you have any brothers?
Sir, are you making an assumption?
Yeah. Right, not even be a backup, just...
Wait, JAXA? Are these JAXA? Oh, there's old co-workers.
Oh, okay. Alright. And then OP. Yep.
Oh my god.
That was...
I'm sorry, that was almost 5 minutes of recap.
And we don't even have the full... Because the ED is also cut short, or earlier, because then you have the, like, in-universe animated...
This is getting ridiculous, y'all.
This is... It's bad. It's bad, folks. Like...
I need the one-pace version of Space Brothers.
Yeah. And the thing is, so much of that... Like, some of it was helpful. Like, you know, it's like, okay, relevant and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, give 45 seconds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, about 4 minutes and 45 seconds? Nah.
3D の地形マップを見せてくれましたよね。
Yes.
あれです。同じように家具やツーが観測した月面基地周辺の地形データが。
Ooh.
Alright.
なるほど。わかった。すぐ送るよ。ありがとうございます。
Ooh.
月面マップができるんだ。
Oh.
Alright. So then we'll actually know where everything is, and then we won't have issues like that anymore to begin with. Like, even if you don't have, like, complicated software, just the alert you're coming close to a, you know...
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yet in his head he's going, Gambare.
Yeah, you could do this.
我々のためにわざわざこのようなプレゼン会議にお集まりいただき
Very respectful. Yes, yes.
このためにそして宇宙飛行士またい NASA のために我々は知恵を出し合い
Alright, enough grandstanding.
我々の考え出した案が一体どんなものなのか一体あの月面バギーをどのようにすれ
A lot of words without saying anything.
説明しましょうよし言ってやれ
Tell me you did
Fuck
no
that
work
guy.
in the team project.
Yeah, has the whole presentation in his head. Mm-hmm.
まずブレーキやタイヤで
Cool. We'll just wing it.
Right.
現地での作業というのが一番手っ取り早いでしょう。車をいじれる宇宙飛行士が月へ行けばすぐ。
Oh.
いじれる宇宙飛行士
That's actually really smart.
例えばまあ僕のよう
Like
な
me. That smile. He's like, alright, respect.
ウィンドウを取り付けます。
Wait.
フロントウィンドウどういうことだ
Yeah. Wait.
With the... To help with, like, the vision thing where it's like, oh, depth perception or something like that, maybe?
No, there's gotta be.
子供の頃に想像してた空飛ぶ車社会を実現させ
Right, right.
Okay.
飛行自動車計画って企画書を作って上司に提出し
But when there's something along the way that you designed that was actually genius that
Right.
now is like,
ねえ。
アメリカにもそれを夢見て空飛ぶ車を作っちゃってる。
of course, of course.
普通の秩序を空にどう構築するつもりなのか。
Great point.
No point in actually fully going that way.
空は空のままなんも
Put
いらねえ
something
ん
on
だ
the windshield maybe to like get their attention so their eyes can like shift focus.
普通の共通道路を映し出せばいい
Okay.
Wait, virtual road on the windshield of the moon. Like the virtual moon roads.
Okay.
That's it.
まあ俺はその計画中にクビになったわけ
So we just do that.
Yeah.
つまりムッタの案はバギーにもそういうフロントガラスをつけると。
Oh my god. Yeah. That's it. It's
道
lightweight
なき月面に道を映し出す
and you can create digital roads
Nice.
that would
Okay.
keep things safe,
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah.
there'd be a system being like, oh, you're going off course. Oh, you're
Yep.
going drifting to the side here. Wait, that's brilliant. It's so
Yeah,
simple, too.
It's basically the software situation or solution, but without the software.
Right, well, it's the software situation, but with a very specific hardware implementation.
新しいものを作ろうって話なんだ最初は何だって仮説だろ
Sure.
I love it.
このフロントウィンドウに安全に走れるルートを移せば宇宙飛行士はクレーターや谷を避けて移動できるというわけです
It's one of those like, wait, why didn't we have it before that way before?
この技術開発だけで莫大な予算がかかるんじゃないのかね。
お願いします
Now the JAXA people come in.
私が以前勤めていた会社の社員でただ同然の契約料で協力してもらっているのでご安心を
God damn.
懐かしいなこの感じ。
難波先輩とまたこうやって一緒に仕事をすることになるなんて。
And I'm gonna be making something that's going to space.
後部に搭載した翼付きのスカイカー。
What?
飛ぶ車か。僕も子供の頃はこんな車考えてましたよ。
未だに夢物語ですよね。
But on the moon.
子供の頃の俺らからしたらさ今ってもうその未来だよ
True.
Yep.
日本の渋滞事情にも負けない低燃費を売りにできるような新たな車の案を提出することだった。
There ain't nobody up there.
提案しようなどと言い出した。
難波君の案は夢があっていいと思うんだけどさ。でもやっぱり突飛すぎるんじゃない？
Yeah.
的な案を練ってるし、君らのその案じゃ全く相手にされないと思うよ。
But this doesn't design the roads necessarily.
Right.
彼女の手作り？
Huh?
いや自分で
はあ、かわいそう。
Damn.
彼にもいずれ分かる日が来る
Just destruction 100.
Yep.
Small child just randomly walked up. Loser. Like, yeah, I know that, but you don't have to tell me.
Right.
宇宙飛行士になるという偉業を果たした弟の日比人さんに
Sure.
と仕事をするのが楽しいと感じていた。
Wow.
Cool.
Sixth draft, yeah.
Right. And this is all a passion project, so them doing another passion project alongside their regular work isn't a big deal.
飛行への区間のみの飛行を実践していくイメージです
また随分恥ずかしいくらいの
I'm surprised how much focus we're getting on this, though.
体車を低燃費にするアイデアを募ってるのに空飛ばしてどうすんの
That is...
どんだけ燃費が悪くなるんだよ。
あはい
Yeah.
将来的なプランも考えまして
いやいやもう
あはいダメか
Well, he's not even saying he's opposed to it as a convention presentation, just...
ですよね。私もその部分に関してはいいかなと。
Telling ya.
時の僕らの頑張りが役立てる時が
Gotta start small. Gotta start small.
今我が社で開発しているフロントナビシステムを搭載。
Just like Mario Kart.
ご覧のようにマップや案内の方向指示などを視線を下げることなく 確認できるというものです。
It's crazy that this tech basically exists right now in our real world, and they're looking at this like, whoa, this is so crazy.
Yeah, some cutting edge, yeah.
And we're in the year that this is...
Right.
現在月の 35% の範囲までであればクレーターの位置
For the bright side of the moon, specifically.
Yeah. We're still working on...
Yeah, so you
the
build
rest
it
of
out over time, test it on a third of the moon.
あと NASA に熱意さえあれば我々のこの案は実現できます
And the cost will be basically just getting the windshields up into space. That's it.
And you're effectively doing the thing of the... Wouldn't it be better to just teach astronauts not to drive into ravines? Yes, and so we are going to address that problem specifically.
With hardware and software.
Right.
So cool. I like the... So, yes, flying cars would be amazing. But you're not actually getting us where we need to go next year, you know? Or this next
And also
quarter.
the idea that, like, no, flying cars aren't that tough. It's all the infrastructure.
It's all the other
to
stuff that
support
comes around
flying
it.
cars, yeah.
But that windshield idea, you know, like, we could put our money behind that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Cool. Navigation system.
Very fun, simple way to do this, and one done in such a way that would be a minimal introduction of new hardware to the buggies themselves.
Right.
But basically having a digital roadmap made in such a way that then the windshields can see them.
Right.
And thus the astronauts can see them. Yeah. I'm curious how that map's getting communicated to the windshield. Like what kind of hardware you'd need for that.
Yeah, that is something that I'm curious also just idly about how cars do it nowadays, right? But I imagine it's probably
there's a lot of computer stuff inside of a car that is connected to all that stuff.
No, totally.
But in the buggy, they've not greenlit the... Let's add the weight of having the computer that is... Yeah, that might be just in the glass.
Well, I'm guessing what it probably is it's something where you have like little projector basically things set up on the edge of the windshield, and so then it just basically puts it in onto the glass.
Cool. So it's built into the weight of that there, but then is the map stored on those devices, or is it connected through
because that could be done, easily, right? Like even though it's this show was made a while ago, and so even though it's the present time in the show, it's whatever. Yeah. Just cell phones from back then would have been able to store the all the information they needed for something like that.
Oh, totally. I'm just meaning that like you need to get very miniature in order to make it so you're not adding additional weight in addition to the actual fiberglass or whatever the special glass is of the windshield itself.
And that's where I'm really glad that the solution to this problem was in large part software based, because that just feels like what you'd have to do. Okay, we need, as little weight as possible, but also we need to fix this issue.
Right. The idea, though, that basically they couldn't do software beforehand because they didn't have a communication mechanism for the software. And that's the main issue, was that you needed some way in which you could actually have that be communicated to the astronauts in an efficient way. And there was just no idea as to a way to make it that efficient.
Yeah. And if on top of that you have the whole thing of the, we didn't realize just how bad the highway hypnosis kind of equivalent, is on the moon, because it's just flat gray nothing, or it looks flat gray nothing, but it's not actually flat, Right. That'd be terrifying. And so you have some big disaster like this, and it's all right, now we realize that really is an important thing. It's bad. We need to deal with that.
Solve it.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you have a visual thing on there that basically helps make that a non-issue. Cool.
Right, and I guess the idea of mapping the moon is not something that's so out there, but the idea that, the moon's details topographically wasn't mapped that much. That was really?
That was kind of one of my big issues with the thing happening in the first place. Like when we had that whole scare with Hibito, is not just they're driving while not looking at the road twice, when they had the scare, but also it's they don't know that there's a ravine near here. Like, you'd think before they go out on an expedition from the little moon base, they'd be like, all right, here's where we're going. And there's ravines here, here, and here.
But JAXA just got the map for 35% of the moon, so you know what?
Not a problem
Cool.
anymore. All right,
Cool.
sweet.
Obviously, the moon is getting updated with new pockmarks and stuff over time. So,
Yeah.
it's as useful as it's going to be for maybe the next X amount of time.
Well,
so yeah.
probably one of the benefits that comes in from, it's the, okay, yes, it's real pockmarked. There will be new pockmarks that are made. The ones that it currently has
Aren't
have
going
happened,
anywhere.
have happened over a very long period of time.
Yes.
So, all right, in 20
And they're not going
years,
anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. So, okay, cool. In 5 years, we need to update it because there's a new one.
Right. No, totally. I totally get that. But that is the scale at which NASA is planning things, decades out in advance.
Oh, yeah, but like how'd the satellite do a flyby of the crater from that, one, meteorite that, like, crashed into the moon?
Totally. But it's something that, maybe we need to do some Googling to find out that actually the moon is not currently topographically mapped. Like, that it's actually not as simple as just flying a satellite over there. It's that the satellite has to be going over all this stuff, and that takes a long period of time. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
Because, the cameras can only be so wide angle before you lose actual...
Hence why the, couple year preparation, and training for the astronauts will be really helpful, because then during that time, those satellites can take lots of pictures. But
Yeah. The windshield idea coming out of the flying car desire, I thought was really cool. The point that Muta really was like, no, I could get you all a working flying car. And the kind of the joke of like, yeah, you're not the first. Like, there's a half dozen idiots in America that have already like designed flying cars. It's not about designing a flying car that works.
It's about
the idea
designing
of
one
like
that sells.
the economics, the regulations, where is this thing gonna fly? We already have so many crazy systems and regulations and laws and all that stuff for planes and any other flying craft out there. Not, forget having people in them. Just, drones and unmanned stuff flying around up there is its own issue as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, having the eventual design be set up in such a way that you could then more efficiently fly it because it's on the moon, though, with a sixth of the gravity, and thus maybe not being as fuel inefficient, though, is a fun, like, yeah, maybe your design will be the one that eventually gets up to the moon to be tested or something like that. But, that's not this day.
Right.
For now, though, we'll absolutely help you all and provide the funding for our company to design that windshield, because we'll use that here. Like that's a fine bit of tech, but giving that to NASA. Well, we get to have our company name on it, and maybe you guys are the ones like featuring engineers so and so.
And we've already used it for cars over here, so the fact that you're giving that to them, go for it.
Oh, well, totally, but I'm meaning from like a business perspective. Like, there's a lot of good branding you'd get out of that.
Oh, sure.
And then the idea that this is tech that we have here in our world. This is not like anything super sci-fi special.
Nah.
But it's just kind of fun that like we also don't even really go this way with it. Like, we've got more touch screens in our cars than we have like actually like stuff on the windshields, because we've got this whole like, I don't know what it is, but human beings, we're not really fans of AR as far as tech goes, especially
there's
like
practical complications.
There's practical complications, and then there's the idea of like, okay, but I've got a digital HUD here that is covering that thing with a color that's green, purple, and whatever, and I kind of don't want to see it right now.
Yeah.
Or also, like, so when I'm interacting with it, no, you don't interact with it. We don't want your hands up here and something like that. So am I going to have, like, a thing where when I'm parked, I'll, like, control it down here with, like, my mouse pad equivalent, like...
I feel like the answer for why stuff like that hasn't, been as much of a thing is okay, so what do I control it from? We'll make a separate interface for that. Okay, cool. Could you just make that touch sensitive? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Neat.
Iron Man with Jarvis having his whole thing.
You're
there.
right.
That's
great
not for many reasons, humanity is not ready for the things that are being played with in the high-tech company side of things to go commercial and then actually be used there. However, there's some cool newfangled tech out there that just made this episode just made me think of and realize, wow,
that is pretty neat that
humanity has done some really cool stuff with AR in certain ways that are like, maybe it doesn't have to just be for Pokemon Go. You know?
And I like the idea that, Muta absolutely would have had some friends at his old workplace, because before, your dreams of being an astronaut and everything got totally crushed, even though, you went into, cars and things like that.
Yeah. Aren't these the ones that stood up for him, though? Literally the ones that...
Yeah, they're the ones that stood up for him, and the passion that you had at one point before it got all snuffed out.
Sure.
Absolutely would have gotten, gotten you some friends that had similar passions and such, right?
Yeah.
And so the idea that they're willing to, go to bat for him and help him here.
Sure,
absolutely.
The person that's also become rather famous and also, done their astronaut stuff, and then he's championing them to work and stuff on this really cool idea that could end up being used for astronauts in space. Yeah, my passion would get stirred up a bit too.
Just a tad.
Just a tad. It's just really fucking cool to see Muta being a leader in that area here, an area that he has been the leader amongst even some of the astronauts for.
Right.
Despite many of them having like really strong passion in their own areas, but when put to the test with a lot of their training and stuff, there was some. There were some times that wavered, and they needed someone like Muta to be there for them.
But all that being said, I feel like that kind of sums up what the episode covered.
Yeah.
The filler recap stuff was that was pretty rough.
It was the most I think we've had thus far.
Yeah, the flashback to him hanging out with these people and all that stuff, and the things that happened at his previous company.
Little montage.
Yeah, the little montage. That at least was new content. It didn't feel that relevant. Like, it was already a fairly believable thing that, like, he had people that he was close with and things. Seeing all of it in detail, I feel like I didn't really need that.
Like, obviously, that was the thing of stirring them up with the passion that then, they end up putting 6 drafts of how to get a flying car to work, and they're like...
And none of that was paid work.
Cool.
That was just them...
Right.
Yeah.
And I love the idea that they went beyond the scope of what was the original goal because their passion led them that far down the rabbit hole.
Right, they're like, oh shit, this could work.
To make like a decent flying car. And they're like, hey, great, cool, we don't want this. Like, we don't want this.
Right. Like, it's a weird kind of encouraging but also disheartening when you make your pitch to somebody who is in a position of influence.
Yes.
And they're like, wow, that's a great pitch. Oh, thanks. I'm not looking for that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I see.
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, thank you for your time,
Yeah, you better
they're like, best of luck, I hope, all that stuff, but...
You had better luck going to another crazy risk-taker startup, group of people that are ready to do something a little crazy, who are then probably going to get bought up by another one of these big companies, and then they'll can the idea and be like, you had a cool windshield, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
Okay.
The scientists of the world and the engineers of the world are oftentimes held back by the commercial, business majors being like, but how do I sell this?
Money makes the world go around. I will say, though, I loved the detail from Muta of being like, well, okay, so we can't make it heavier. What we can do is adjust the suspension so that way the fact that it's in, 0 or 1/6 gravity and all that stuff, we can, make that work a bit better. Of course, you would want someone that's familiar with working on cars.
That was great.
To be on the mission in order to oversee that.
Yeah.
That was fun, and so in character for Muta, and to even like be so upfront with it, where he's like someone like, I don't know, me for example, but
Yep.
like they got that, they got it before you got to that.
I also just loved that Butler didn't see that as like really. He was actually like half smiling, like.
Yeah, no, I
see
it.
you.
Yeah.
I see you, buddy. It's the thing of where he is genuinely on his side.
Right.
In that he's like, yeah, you're an astronaut.
Right.
Doing great work here. In fact, you've already found something that does seem actionable, doesn't seem expensive, does seem like something where it would be relevant to bringing you up there beyond just the initial training stuff that we were thinking of getting you, in that position for to begin with because of all these recommendations and all that. It's the, wow, you killed an extra bird with the stone that I had already set for you to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's like, damn.
Neat.
Good work.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the, hey, this dude is on your side. The problem is that it's a very big project and a very important project. And, so he's on your side. And also, he's got to be practical. So, great job. You gave him something practical.
Yeah. But all right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically it. We'll see what they decide next episode. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel, see if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.